Here is a story of organisational chaos and profound personal loss. The resignation of Prince Harry from Sentebale, the charity he co-founded nearly 20 years ago with Prince Seiso of Lesotho. It isn't merely a stepping down, it's a symbolic departure from one of the last public roles that linked Prince Harry to his royal past, to Africa, to the legacy of his late mother, Princess Diana. And the statement from Harry and Seiso was raw and sorrowful. With heavy hearts, we've resigned from our roles as patrons until further notice. Their joint letter framed the decision as one of solidarity with 5 trustees who had themselves resigned after a breakdown in trust with the charity's current chair, Dr. Sophie Chadauka. The situation, they said, had become untenable, their word, unthinkable. What has unfolded at Sentebale is, in essence, a charity boardroom drama of rare ferocity, a microcosm of many larger tensions between legacy and reform, between founders and reformers, between legal accountability and moral perception. And yes, it has all the contours of modern institutional collapse, accusations of abuse of power, of bullying, misogyny, and even misogynoir. And above all, about how fragile idealism can be in the face of entrenched conflict. If a charity born of grief, hope, and fraternal solidarity can disintegrate into lawsuits, public recrimination, and mutual resignation, what hope for lesser institutions? The Duke of Sussex once said Sentebale was his soul's purpose. That soul has now departed. I don't know whether a soul can be bruised, but it is. I don't know whether it can be wiser, but it is. I don't know whether a soul can be heartbroken, but it is. And as with so many other things royal, this story now is far from over.
Could Sentebale, a beacon of hope for many, be on the brink of losing 2 of its most dedicated champions? This is the question that echoes through the halls of the charitable organisation today. Sentebale, a refuge for many, is in turmoil. At the heart of it all are the resignations of Harry and Prince Seiso, 2 of its most devoted patrons. Rumblings of discontent and whispers of political interference have marred the once serene landscape of Sentebale. The repercussions are far-reaching, and the fallout, unfortunately, has led to the stepping down of Harry and Prince Seiso. This is a significant blow to the organisation, and it's a development that has left many, including Professor Tim Wilson, deeply saddened. Professor Wilson isn't one to mince words. He's been open about his concerns, his disappointment palpable as he discusses the current state of affairs within Sentebale. The turmoil, he says, is the result of political interference, an unfortunate and avoidable mess. But the question that lingers is, who's really at fault here? Professor Wilson is quick to absolve Harry of any blame. He recognizes the years of dedication and the tremendous impact that Harry has had on Sentebale. In his eyes, Harry is faultless, a champion caught in the crossfire of mismanagement and disruptive political voices. The message from Professor Wilson is clear and simple. Sentebale cannot afford to lose Harry and Seiso. Their work has been transformative, their commitment unwavering. The organisation must get its house in order, and it must do so quickly. The last thing Sentebale should be doing is pushing away the very people who have made it what it is today. As we delve deeper into this issue, we can't help but feel the urgency of Professor Wilson's words. He sees the bigger picture, and he knows the damage this could cause. Let's hope Sentebale listens before it's too late. Political interference has led to an unfortunate and avoidable mess, but who's really at fault here? This is the question we leave you with as we continue to explore the turmoil within Sentebale. Harry and Seiso, 2 dedicated champions, have been at the heart of Sentebale's work, but now they're stepping down. These are the names that echo through the halls of Sentebale, names synonymous with dedication and transformational change. Prince Harry and Prince Seiso have tirelessly devoted themselves to Sentebale's mission, leading the charge against adversity and nurturing the organisation into a beacon of hope. Their relentless efforts have been instrumental in shaping the very core of Sentebale's identity. Professor Tim Wilson, a keen observer of this dynamic duo's journey, holds them in the highest regard. He marvels at the profound impact they've had on Sentebale. He's seen firsthand the ripple effect of their actions changing lives and creating a lasting legacy. The professor's respect for Harry is particularly profound. He's witnessed the prince's unwavering commitment to Sentebale, his heart woven into the very fabric of the organization. Harry's passion, his drive, and his relentless pursuit of change have been nothing short of inspirational. Yet, it's important to note, as Professor Wilson does with a heavy heart, that Harry is not the architect of the current turmoil. He's been caught in the crossfire, a victim of circumstances beyond his control. Mismanagement and unwanted political interference are the real culprits, casting long and disruptive shadows over Sentebale. The departure of these two stalwarts is not a testament to their shortcomings, but rather a reflection of the chaos that's been allowed to seep into Sentebale. They've been forced to step back, not due to their actions, but in response to the disorder that's been left unchecked. It's a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that Sentebale is on the brink of losing two of its greatest champions who have poured their hearts and souls into molding the organization into what it is today. Champions who, despite the odds, have never faltered in their commitment. Their departure isn't a result of their actions, but of mismanagement and unnecessary political voices. As we watch them step away, we can only hope that Sentebale will right its wrongs before it's too late. For the loss of Harry and Saiso would be a blow from which Sentebale might never recover. What does the future hold for Sentebale without Harry and Saiso? A question that weighs heavily on the mind of Professor Tim Wilson. The departure of these two champions could potentially change the face of the organization. Their dedication, commitment, and relentless work have shaped Sentebale into what it is today. But with their exit looming, the future seems uncertain. As we delve deeper into this predicament, we must remember Professor Wilson's urgent message to Sentebale. He implores the organization to address its internal issues promptly to prevent losing Harry and Saiso, two of its most passionate advocates. Their departure could have far-reaching implications, affecting not just Sentebale, but the countless lives it has touched and continues to touch. Consider this. Harry and Saiso have been instrumental in Sentebale's journey. Their tireless efforts and unwavering commitment have been the driving forces behind the organization's milestones. The loss of these influential figures could lead to a significant void, potentially stalling the progress Sentebale has been making. And this is precisely what Professor Wilson is concerned about. He isn't blaming Harry nor Saiso. The turmoil within Sentebale is not of their doing. It's the result of mismanagement and disruptive political voices within the organization. These are the issues that need immediate rectification, and as Professor Wilson points out, Sentebale must get its house in order. In his view, the last thing Sentebale should be doing is pushing away the very individuals who have contributed so much to its growth. The organization needs to secure its foundation, not shake it. Otherwise, it risks not only losing Harry and Saiso, but also compromising its mission and the meaningful work it has been doing. Professor Wilson sees the bigger picture, and he knows the damage this could cause. The question is, will Sentebale listen before it's too late? The future of Sentebale hangs in the balance. It's time for the organization to make the necessary changes, for the sake of its champions, its mission, and the countless lives it impacts.